Greetings, town meeting members. This is Michael Fee, the town moderator. I hope you are well, and I hope you have had an enjoyable summer. You know, Yogi Berra was a New York Yankee, and he was known for his great ability on the field, but he was also perhaps better known for his philosophical references and his expressions of wisdom. With apologies to diehard Red Sox fans, I'm going to quote this New York Yankee and remind you that it's deja vu all over again. On October 4th, we will convene our special town meeting in the parking lot at Memorial Park. This setup on display behind me is by now familiar to you. In June, we worked very hard to develop a socially distant, compliant environment that would allow town meeting members to attend safely and to attend to the town's business while convened at town meeting. We were all very pleased at how our June 8th annual town meeting transpired. And if we have to do it again, we know we can. I would ask you all on October 4th to arrive promptly so that we may begin at 1 p.m. Please be in your seat by 1 p.m. As we did in the spring, we are proceeding on an expedited basis this fall. By that I mean the warrant has been pared down to only a few items that will require your attention. Many article sponsors, many citizen petitioners who wished to bring matters before town meeting willingly deferred those matters until our next gathering under more conventional circumstances. Our select board, acting as our warrant committee, worked with article sponsors and citizen petitioners to achieve these deferrals. I wanted to thank the select board for their efforts, and also thank those article sponsors and those citizen petitioners who were willing to defer their agenda in the interest of allowing us to conduct a safe and expedited special town meeting. There will be no affirmative presentations at this meeting, as was the case in June. Instead, video presentations like this one have been prepared and will be available through the town's website. All town meeting members should view these video presentations before we convene on October 4th. The video presentations are a substitute for what we would typically see when I call each article for discussion at town meeting. There will be no screens at town meeting, no displays, no PowerPoints. All of these materials have been integrated into the videos that have been prepared by the sponsors, and also the commentary that has been prepared by other boards, such as the Finance Committee and the Planning Board. Please view these materials, look at them carefully. If necessary, view them a couple of times so that you are fully informed when you arrive at our town meeting on October 4th. When we convene, all of our traditional rules will apply. That means we will have a consent calendar through which you, town meeting members, will decide what matters within the warrant we will actually reach and discuss. As you know, the consent calendar offers the option for town meeting to enact articles by unanimous consent, and it has always proved to be a useful filter to identify those warrant articles that town meeting members themselves wish to spend time discussing. Microphones will be placed at strategic locations throughout the meeting space. You have now seen this in action, and I'm sure you are familiar with it. When you address town meeting, please proceed to a microphone and wear a face covering even when you are speaking into the microphone. If for some chance the face covering interferes with the clarity of your expression, I will let you know and ask you to repeat your statements so that everyone has the benefit of them. But in the interest of public health, we will insist that face coverings be worn throughout the entire meeting. I truly appreciate your willingness to discharge the obligations that have been placed upon you by your neighbors who elected you as town meeting members. I was so very proud of every one of the 197 town meeting members who showed up on June 8th and participated in our annual town meeting at a time when perhaps not as much was known about the public health conditions with which we are confronted now. That was an act of courage, it was an act of dedication, and it was an act that should be commended. And I say that now, as I said in June. When you come to our meeting, please observe the directions and the rules of entry and egress that will be posted and distributed to you. Please enter through the gate that is marked for your precinct, and please make every effort to attend. Those of you who attended our meeting in June, I think can attest to the appropriate social distancing that was imposed and the effectiveness of our meeting under these special circumstances. Please know that once again, we have tried to create the safest environment possible. And I understand that there may be town meeting members who are at high risk who feel they cannot convene even under these circumstances. I certainly respect that view. But for those of you who do not fall into that category, I do remind you and encourage you to discharge those obligations, that duty that has been placed upon you by your neighbors, and one you willingly accepted when you chose to run for town meeting. You are our town when you are convened, and we need every single one of you to participate in the important decisions that must be made for our town. I would also like to take this opportunity to do something I promised to do in June. And that is, I wanted to thank every person who had assisted in the development and execution of Needham's first outdoor town meeting. I thought I would do that with a little bit of time and the luxury of flexibility that would be provided were we to meet in Powers Hall this fall. But we're not. So for that reason, I would like to read those names now, and I would like to express my gratitude to each and every one of these individuals who assisted in the development and execution of our June annual town meeting. And I would add in advance that most of these names identify individuals who have also assisted in the preparations for our October 4th town meeting. Kate Fitzpatrick, our town manager, Teddy Eaton and her entire staff at the town clerk's office, all of the members of the select board, Dave Davidson, our finance director, Sandy Sincata from the select board office, Karis Lustig, Roger McDonald, Chris Heap, Tim McDonald, Cindy Gonzalez, John Schlittler, and the Needham police officers who provided safety and security for our annual town meeting. Dennis Condon and the Needham Fire Department who assisted again with our safety preparations. Rick Merson and the DPW staff who were instrumental in arranging the meeting space and making sure that we had a defined and secure space. Bob Lewis from the Department of Public Works, Mark Mendel from Needham Cable, Michelle Lawson from HB Live, who was our contractor for our audio systems, Barry DeLong, our maintenance director, who was also instrumental. And there are no doubt others. And if I have omitted any, I do apologize. But these people in particular participated in working groups, they participated in preparations, and I wanted to thank them and keep my word to do that, even though we're once again doing it via video. You know, Winston Churchill once said, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." You should believe in your own courage And in June, you showed the town that you have the courage to continue town meeting, even under some stressful and challenging circumstances. Once again, I call on you to summon that courage. I call on you to join your fellow town meeting members on October 4th in the beautiful Memorial Park parking lot under the beautiful skies that are displayed behind me in front of our beautiful high school and facilities. And let's convene as a town meeting to serve the citizens, to make the decisions, to discuss civilly, and at the end of the day, move on to the next phase, which I truly hope is a return to normalcy and a meeting in our conventional meeting space at Town Hall. Until then, I wish you great preparation. I wish you good health, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you on October 4th.